Stay tuned for What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter. It's 10 o'clock.
If you're having a hard time deciding on the perfect way to show your love to your favorite station, just listen to your heart. Whether it's calling for you to give a one-time cash gift or to donate that extra vehicle you no longer need, either way, it's easy and will help Border Radio bring you more hours of your favorite programs. Learn more about the ways to give at borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
And on today's program, we are going to be joined first by some fighters. I'm talking about Enrique Valdez, Daniel McElhaney, he goes by Dan, as well as Carlos Figueroa, who is the owner of YFL. They got a fight coming up March 14th. And we're also going to be talking to the coach right here for men's baseball, Jon Wente. And he's going to bring a player. I'm kind of surprised about this. And they're 14-1. Lots to talk about. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. You can also view our show on the Border Radio Facebook page and the KAWC YouTube page. And don't forget, you can reach out to us by email at whatsupyumaradio@gmail.com.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papagiorgio from Yuma.
Johnny Show! What's up, Yuma?
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon.
Yes, you are. Thank you for coming. Yesterday was your first day. How'd it go, you think?
I think it went well, yeah.
Yeah,
it's like riding a bike because I host and I do reporting for the news side, but I hadn't hosted live so much, so.
We definitely had some heavy hitters on yesterday.
Yes.
The president of here at AWC, who's retiring, and Dulce from the Mexican consulate, which that blew me away.
Yes.
Everything where she's been and what she's done.
For sure. And we didn't even get into what's going on right now in Mexico and for people crossing the border, you know, what they should know, travel advisories. We didn't even get into that. But Alexander interviewed her, and we'll have that later.
Oh, cool. Yeah. We definitely have to have her back. So,
sure.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Of course, that.
But today, right now, like I said, we are joined from some fighters. We're not going to keep it too rowdy in here. No, they got to wait for March 14th. I'm talking about Carlos Figueroa and Enrique Valdez. Thank you guys for being with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And Carlos is one of the owners of Yuma Fight League. And Enrique, you're fighting, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to bring this mic a little closer to you. Let's get close to the mic. You sound better. But how long have you been fighting?
Going on 5 years, maybe a little bit longer than that. Almost 5.5 now.
5.5. So did you grow up here?
Yes, I grew up not born here, but I came when I was maybe 1 or 2. I've been here ever since. I've moved around a little bit due to my stepdad being in the military, so we moved out a little bit. But other than that, I've been here most of my life.
So you've been here in Yuma, so you're fighting 5 years. Did you grow up into sports? Was there anything? Or did you do karate, taekwondo as a kid? Or
no, that's sorry. No, that's the funny part is when I grew up, I was just a football kid. Just wanted to play football. Did football up until my freshman year of JUCO. But other than that, never really had no combat sports experience, no wrestling, maybe a year of boxing when I was younger, but didn't take it as serious as I do now.
And you didn't take to it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I liked it. It just wasn't something I was interested at the time. And then finally, it was once I came back here, wasn't really doing anything for a couple months at first, and then started watching UFC with my friends. That's how I got into it. Before that, I didn't really, I heard about it, but never really got into it.
So you weren't even big into UFC until recently?
I think the first time I'd ever technically saw it was when I was younger. My parents took us to one of the friends' house. I was watching, I think, a Ronda Rousey card. I forget which one it was, but I was young. I didn't, I saw it and I was like, oh, that's cool, but wasn't really paying attention to it. But then once I came back here, like I said, my friends started watching, having hosting party, host parties, watch parties and stuff, and then that's when I really started looking this is something I wanted to start doing.
So you're watching it, and then you're okay, something you want to do, and then you think something that you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's this is something I could do. I could go in there and face these opponents, because it's pretty scary, I would say, right?
No, yeah, definitely.
But in your mind, you're I could do it. And then Carlos also owns Yuma Top Team. Did you immediately kind of go that route, or what route did you go?
Yeah, actually, when I first had looked up MMA gym or MMA jiu-jitsu gyms, theirs was the first one that popped up when they were over there by Wheezy's. I lived near there at the time, but that's one that popped up, and I went there in an open mat. on a Saturday. And the first time I think I sparred Yogi, Tyler Hilton.
Yep.
She sparred him, obviously back then I didn't have no experience, and he was just toying with me the whole time. So like after that I was like, man, I was like, fighting wise, yeah, I was like, anybody can mess me up. And then just, being out in general in the world, I was like, dang, if somebody actually knows what they're doing and I go to fight, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, so when we had Nirvana on, who's going to be fighting, she kind of mentioned with Reyes, she went in and then he was able to kind of get at her, and she was like, I don't like this. I don't like that this happened. I got to train. I got to do something. So it's kind of similar with you?
Yes, exactly. I was like, dang, if I need to be able to, defend myself in general, or, I have a son now, and then if anything happens when he's around, I need to be able to defend him.
Mm-hmm. So then you started to train. Did it come natural to you with your football background, a little bit of the sports background?
Yeah. I got used to, freaking the late nights, always going through the uncomfortable phases of jiu-jitsu and MMA, and then obviously with getting punched in the face, that was new, but got over it.
Yeah, all of it looks uncomfortable for me with jiu-jitsu, but I guess there's phases.
Yeah.
But, so Carlos, and let's get his mic a little closer too. Bring it right to it. There you go. So do you remember him coming into the gym, and did you?
I do remember him.
Yeah.
You look at his sizing and you go, he looks pretty intimidating, right?
Yeah. So were you like, okay, this guy could be somebody kind of right away, or just because of his size? And
I think when people show up to the gym and people have been around the gym, you see that there's casual people that just walk in there, they just want to train. So you never know when they're going to be serious. And that's one of the things with fighting is we get a lot of people that say they want to fight, and then when it comes to the day, hey, sign up, and you have to go through these steps to fight, a lot of times they don't follow the steps they need to.
Yeah, and that must be frustrating, right?
It is, because there's a lot of fights that look great on paper and then they don't follow through.
Wow. Yeah, that's, I guess you can't force somebody, obviously, to get in there, right? But you want to, you're trying to make the best matches that you can.
And it's nerve-wracking. You fought before, so
you convinced me to do it. So you're pretty good at convincing people to do it. You're like, hey, get in the cage. I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
But afterwards, it's fun, and you probably become closer to the person you fought.
That, and also it's something like I could check off. Like I was in a cage. I did a fight, and it's something that I'm very proud of today. Really, really, so much.
Hey, this fight card looks amazing, though. Chance has been putting a lot of work, and one of the big things that we have going on is there's quite a few people from Hawaii coming down, and they're going to fight. One of the Hawaiians is fighting Enrique.
So how did that happen? Did somebody just kind of reach out, make buddies with a training facility over there?
Richard, he used to run WACO, which is a kickboxing organization. He moved to Hawaii, and he's been following what we've been doing with the YFL, and so he reached out, had the first one of the first kids that is fighting Mikey Lugo. His name is CJ, and if you follow Hawaiians, they like to fight. So these fights are super interesting. These guys are going to go down the middle of the ring, Max Holloway style, point at the center, and they're going to throw down.
Wow. So, okay, so you just turned pro in 2024, is that correct?
Yeah. Yes, 2025, beginning of 2025.
Oh, okay. So very recent.
Yeah.
Very recent. And I was reading in the AI bio that Carlos gave me. No,
don't believe that.
It's like fake news. So if I get it wrong, it's not my fault. No.
Yeah.
So your first professional fight in MMA got canceled or something happened?
Yeah, I was supposed to have before I had the karate combat fight, I was going to fight for Lights Out, but ended up falling through, and then they ended up not being able to find a replacement in time. So from there, I just went on, kept going on.
I saw Lights Out. That was the one with Sean Merriman, the former football player for the Chargers.
Oh, wow. So you watched that one?
No, I was just doing research as well, and I saw that.
Oh,
so that's why I asked him if that was the case, but he said, fell through.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
so then
Sean's pretty big on that Lights Out.
Yeah.
And so then that one falls through, and then you did Karate Combat.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about Karate Combat and how that went.
Oh, it was fun. It was a good experience going out there when they flew us out there and everything. Well, the way they hit us up, they talked to Carlos first. It was like a last-minute thing. I think there was still like a month or two or a couple weeks. I was getting prepared still for another fight that I was, I think I was gonna have for the YFL.
So you're in shape. You're able to do it, and is it last minute because somebody falls through, like something falls through, or is it last minute because they just don't have their stuff in order?
No, I think it was an addition. They have a ex-UFC fighter that's like 6'7" that's knocking everybody out. So he has a training partner, and he vouched for that kid to get thrown on Karate Combat. So they're looking for someone to fight this Taekwondo kid, and they call me up and they say, hey, do you have anyone? I said, hey, I have the perfect guy.
Oh, gotcha. So what was it like being flown out and then entering that? It's not a ring. It's something a little different.
Like
I think
they call it the pit.
It's a pit. So what was it like getting over there and getting into the pit the first time, your first pro fight? I know it's not MMA, but your first pro fight.
Oh, it was fun. It was exciting. Same thing, nerve-wracking, just nervous. I just wanted to go out there and, show that I can fight, and I did. And it was just good to get out there. And then, the whole process leading up to it, when they flew us out, they got us a hotel room. Hotel room was nice, really nice, good view. And then just be able to go out there in Miami, which is crazy. I always tell him, I was like, I never thought I'd, go to Miami until like I was, retired or when I was older. I was like 25 going to be able to see it now fully. And I was like, that was a good experience.
So it allows for experiences, right? To be able to do this, you work your way up. The more and more experiences you can have, the better you are, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and so, okay, he mentioned Hawaii and that your opponent's coming from Hawaii. You said you can't pronounce his name. We're not going to do it, but you can pronounce his name. But did you do research on him? Are you trying to see if there's any video or clips on YouTube or Twitter or something like that?
No, as soon as I asked Carlos, I think he had told me. He looked him up a little bit, and I asked the name, and he gave it to me. And I looked him up on YouTube, and he had a couple fights out there on YouTube that I was able to study.
Do you know his record, Carlos?
I'm not off the top of my head, but I've seen some of the fights, and it's very similar style. So if you want to see a style where two guys are just going to throw down, March 14th, you're going to see a blood. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a war.
So I drink when I go to these fights, but so I don't know. I don't know. Are you the one that came in like in the fight and knocked that dude out real quick?
Last time I fought there, I think that was before my Karate Combat fight.
That was a scary fight.
That was you, correct? And the guy was down for a little bit, and so going in, and it was 14 seconds, or how long was it?
It said the fastest knockout was for YFL was 14 seconds, I believe.
Oh, okay.
That's his.
And that's yours.
Yes.
So you did that. What did that do for your confidence when you went in? You're able to do that. And also, was that your game plan from the beginning? Because I think there's footage of that out there. I think sometimes Josh puts it up on the page or something. I think it's out there, but go ahead.
No, I mean, obviously, you want to be able to get that quick knockout to get in and get out of there. You don't get paid by the minute, so you get paid for the fight.
Yeah, why stay in there longer than
exactly.
you
break a sweat?
Yeah, less damage you can take too is a lot better. But no, he was a wrestler. I think he had fought a couple times for the YFL. Last couple times he had submission wins, so I knew he was going to go for the takedown. But I just ended up, catching him with a nice uppercut. And once he fell, I just finished it with a couple of hammer fists, and that was it.
So then that's what it is. So you did a little bit of research. He likes to wrestle, going to take it to the ground. You want to go in there, be as quick as possible, take him out, and surprise him.
Yeah, just be able to, get that uppercut. That's what I was looking for. That was my game plan, is to look for an uppercut.
Oh, so that was part of it.
Yeah.
Now, Carlos, do you train him or is it a team?
We do train. So there's classes that these guys take, and they hit that checklist. But we also have our pro training, and after this is what we're going to go do, and we're going to PT and hit that checkbox of the other stuff that I have to work on.
Yeah, so the reason I was asking, it was because it was the uppercut part of like a team thing, or was it something you came up with? You're like, I know an uppercut's going to work.
Just, something, we'll talk to Carlos, talk to Coach Greg, told him, the fighting style of my opponent, and we just all agreed, uppercuts, start looking for uppercuts, eventually sneak them in there. Because, if they shoot down into an uppercut, it's going to, not feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. So, doing your research and finding those things out, obviously, are key to this. Yeah. So, have you seen any weakness in your opponent and any of the footage that you have now, or anything that you're kind of...
He might not tell you. He might not tell you. But he doesn't want to give away too many secrets.
Here's the thing. Hawaii, they're probably not watching, but however... But I'm just
they're tracking, Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah,
you'd be surprised.
Everything's online.
And I'm not going to say don't do what you're going to do, but I'm saying have you seen any weakness? That's it. Yes or no?
I've seen things that I could expose. during the fight. I won't say weaknesses in general, but yeah, things that
you would say something you could expose, something like, okay, I kind of see something there. Maybe not a weakness, but better word than that, but something that you could get in.
Like a game plan.
A game plan. Okay. Okay. So,
strategy.
And this fight is part of the main card, or
yes.
How does that work?
So professionals go on the main card, and then the amateurs, lower experienced, open up the card, and as you get to the more experienced guys, they're at the top.
Mm-hmm. So you haven't been doing it for that long. You come in, you've had some success. What is long term for you? Is this something you want to do for quite some time? Do you want to end up being in the UFC? Because I know I've been around the world long enough in this MMA that we want feeder organizations, right? Yeah, the Yuma Top Team, YFL, wants to be a feeder organization to the UFC. Is that a dream of yours?
Of course, yeah. Anybody that takes this thing seriously hopes to get to the big organization like the UFC to be able to make it. And yeah, if I'm able to do that, even for a couple fights and put Yuma on notice again, that'll be a good dream. Mm-hmm. I hope to do it. I hope to obviously touch a belt out there in the UFC. That's a goal. It's always a goal.
Yeah. Okay. So in the UFC, when you're watching it, who originally inspired you? Was there anybody that really, really inspired you, or somebody even today that you kind of look at that you can maybe model yourself after, or maybe just somebody that you really like?
Justin Gaethje, sorry. At the top of my head is one that I've always been following. Mm-hmm. And, his fighting style has always been, crazy. Knockouts have been a good one. Obviously, most recent, probably Topuria. Max Holloway is another one.
What about the guys from Yuma? Because there's guys that have come up from Yuma, Somerton, Cain Velasquez and
Kelvin
Gastelum, and just to name a couple.
Yeah, no, all hometown heroes. So of course,
represent.
Fight like them, get the fights going, get as bloody as they do. Win. So it's always a good inspiration to see that people that from Yuma can make it all the way to the top.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's, I was talking to the president of AWC here, and he had kind of mentioned, and the reason I'm bringing it up is he went to a private school, and he saw people going to universities and college and higher education. He was the first in his family to do it. So I say that to say you've seen people come out of Yuma and do it. Oh, yeah. You've seen it. There's people that have blazed that trail already and kind of laid that path. And okay, if they could do it, I could do it.
Oh, yeah, exactly that. Coming from a small town, you think, it's going to be hard, it's going to be impossible, which it is, but you can still, if you put your mind to it and dedicate yourself to the craft, you'll be able to do anything you put your mind to.
Absolutely. And with that, I'm going to leave it because I couldn't say it any better. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Dan right after this, and we're going to talk to him about his fight and what he's up to. Right after this, you're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
From KAWC, this is Siendo Primero. I'm Sajei Bárcenas.
And I'm Melanie Ruiz Lopez. In this new episode, we'll be talking about scholarships.
We want to know, how much passion do you have?
I felt relieved and made me very excited for the new chapter in my life.
That little change that we're able to bring that joy and that hope that they can finish school, that's very rewarding.
A new energy with the same mission.
To give students a voice.
You are tuned to 94.7 FM KOFA Border Radio. I'm Cecilia Hollins-Braithwaite from the KWC Newsroom. Expect a sunny day in Yuma with an afternoon high near 88 degrees. Winds are at 5 miles per hour out of the northeast, mostly calm and clear tonight with a low of 59. Yuma Union High School District wrestlers took home individual state titles in a championship in Phoenix. Also, Mexican Consulate will provide legal help at a mobile immigration clinic. These stories online at kwc.org.
Where else on the radio would you hear the set that just played? For the most part, the music you hear on Border Radio is pretty hard to find on commercial radio stations. You'll hear this music only on a public radio station like Border Radio, where you, our listener, truly appreciates it and owns it. Visit borderradioaz.org to donate today.
Tuned in to Border Radio KOFA. We are your local public radio station that celebrates the power of music to bring people together. You can see our playlists, listen to our live stream, and listen to past programs on demand on the KOFA app. Find it at your favorite app store.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Dan McElhaney. I just was informed that won't be fighting at this next YFL fight, but you're going to be traveling for your next one. And there's a little bit you could tell us about. What can you tell us about that? And then we're going to go back and because I did see, I think you fought at one of the previous YFL fights. So
yeah.
But where can you tell us where or what?
I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll be fighting in Korea.
Korea.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So. Go ahead.
For an international team tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is that? What I guess, for lack of a better word, league or what organization?
It's a pretty big one. It's called Black Combat.
Black Combat, and it's housed in Korea.
Yep.
Okay. So to get on that, to travel, you've obviously kind of made a name for yourself of sorts, right?
Yep.
So how long have you been fighting?
10 years now.
10 years.
Yeah.
Are you originally from Yuma, or?
I'm not. I was born in Phoenix and went to high school near Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
In Washougal.
What brought you to Yuma?
My brother lives here.
Your brother?
Yep. So
when did you get to Yuma? Was it about that same time you started fighting, or were you already fighting?
I've been here for about a year and a half. So
just a year and a half?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Pretty recent.
So you've been fighting for some time, and then when you got here, was it something you wanted to continue on, and you looked up MMA, gym, and the same thing?
Oh, yeah. I probably wouldn't be here this long if Yuma Top Team wasn't here.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So you were had other plans. You were going to move somewhere else. You're going to do something. You're just here visiting your brother, and then you fell in love with Carlos and his gym.
Well, I had another gym in Portland with my buddy Chris Lencioni, and then some stuff happened.
Oh, okay.
And so I moved down here. Yeah.
Okay. So do you remember him coming into the gym? It wasn't that long ago.
No, I do remember him because his wrestling is top notch. So if you ever wrestle with him, you're gonna know.
Yeah.
And so I've interviewed Chance a ton of times, and every time I do, Chance always really, really highlights wrestling and the importance of having that as the backbone of your fight plan. So wrestling, how long have you been wrestling?
Since 8th grade. So what is that? Almost 20 years now.
So almost 20 years you're wrestling. Did you do pretty good in high school?
Yep.
And
I was very fortunate in high school. I won state twice in Washington. Yep.
So then how'd you make that transition over to MMA? Because it seems like a natural fit, but also wrestling as an MMA, you don't
It's
get
similar,
hit in the face.
yeah. I mean, you get guys who go and women who do both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as a kid, I did karate, and I did very well in that as well. So it's kind of natural in it. And then once I got out of the Army, I watched T.J. Dillashaw beat Renan Barão, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just like that guy. Like I can do that too. And I was like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You do it, and then you immediately found a gym that taught different techniques and stuff.
Yep. It was a very small gym, Kurt's Ultimate Fighting Arts. So
didn't you fight like right away?
Yeah. I fought right away. And
so tell me a little bit about that. How is that right away? You're in there. Obviously, you're a good wrestler, but MMA is a different animal. So how did that happen so quickly?
Well, I just signed up for the FCFF, and they got me a fight right away, and I won that in 1 minute.
So is this a professional fight?
No.
Oh, this is amateur.
I knew I needed to get better.
Yeah, for sure. So your first amateur fight, you get signed up right away, and you won in 1 minute?
Yeah, with a guillotine. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it came pretty natural to me.
How many amateur fights did you have?
I had six. I went 5-1, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready.
You're ready to do it.
Yep.
What's the difference? Is there like a big jump between those two, and what'd you notice?
It's a little different. I don't really feel too much of a difference. Just skill level. That's really it. I mean, you're gonna have a tough fight either way.
Yeah, either way, it's you said a tough fight, but you're saying that just the skill level, you're going into you got to be ready for a tougher opponent of sorts.
And then you bring in elbows, and that kind of makes it for real. You know, like this is for real now. Like.
Yeah, so you said bring in. So is it? Have you been on the receiving end of a good elbow, or like have you given a good?
I've been elbowed, yeah, but I don't think I've been cut by it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm aware of the dangers of elbows.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so you fought to win in the last YFL. Is that correct?
Yep.
And how many YFLs have you fought in?
Just one.
Just one. Okay, just one. And you're up for a belt. Is that correct, Carlos? Or?
Yeah. So for the next YFL 145, if we find the right opponent, he's going up for a belt.
Mm-hmm. So what does that mean, in putting together a belt, and how does that work, Carlos?
Well, we want someone that represents the YFL and someone that's a true champion, and we want to put him up with the right person. We did have a fighter last go. He came down last go round, but we didn't have the paperwork on time, so we're saving it for a special event.
Mm-hmm. So that could be possibly at the next YFL after this one? Or?
Yeah, possibly. I want to say we're going to see how this plays out, because this is the first time that we do an event in the park, a live outdoor event.
Outdoors, that's cool.
So it changes the dynamic. So maybe we'll wait till October when it's a little bit cooler, and we do an outdoor event, another
outdoor.
Event.
Okay, so you said it's obviously the first outdoor. Has there been struggles with that, trying to get it outdoor, and maybe some anticipation of like what to expect?
Well, the biggest struggle is the weather in Yuma. It's so unpredictable. We go from 90-degree weather to 40-degree weather.
It'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, very schizophrenic.
Summer, it rains.
Yeah.
So it's that trying to pin the right date so that we make sure that the weather's good for us.
Mm-hmm. So moving it outdoors, are you kind of excited to have it outdoors?
I think it's super exciting because, number one, the seating, we have a capacity for 3,000 people, so it opens it up for a lot more eyes out there.
Mm-hmm.
So think about any other event, any other local event, you have 200-300 people watching. This is 3,000.
Wow.
So it puts a little bit more on the line for the fighters.
Yeah, a little bit more pressure for Enrique over there.
Get the crowd going.
Yeah.
Get the crowd behind you.
Or the jiu-jitsu people that are doing it. John.
Oh, yeah, we have another.
He's going against another Hawaiian for jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
So it's first time 3,000 people watching, you do jiu-jitsu. It's pretty exciting.
Are you nervous, John? Yeah, you're good.
He said he's all right.
Yeah, he said he's good. Yeah, so obviously outdoors. It's going to be at the Desert Sun Stadium, correct?
Right.
Yeah, so that's a cool stadium seating, I assume.
They have everything from stadium seating to VIP seating. Josh always gets down on making sure that everyone gets the best value for their buck.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Yuma has a great MMA community. We've been talking about, people that grow up, but people, follow UFC. They go watch the UFCs at like B-Dubs, used to be Hooters before it closed. And then of course the fighters that come out of here. Yeah. So there's that community.
And every time that we have an event, Kelvin or someone brings UFC fighters, so there's always a meet and greet. You're always there.
Mm-hmm.
And besides the meet and greet, there's fighters that are watching the fights.
Yeah. So since Kane's out of prison now, can we get Kane down here? Is that good?
I'm hearing they're working on something, but no guarantees.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Just to kind of throw it out there, I was thinking, that'd be kind of cool to get Kane down here. I know. I think I saw recently on his page they did like an old newspaper article of his time at KOFA. So
yeah.
And I know. I think what does he represent? San Jose now or
San Jose, that area?
Yeah, but these guys are all huge supporters. Jose Delgado, Kelvin.
Had him on the show.
Efrain Escudero. These guys all come back to community and try to get these younger guys to make it to the big stage. So it's awesome to see the local community giving back.
Yeah. So you're not from here originally. What do you think what did you think when you first saw the local community and maybe some of the names? You probably could have been familiar with some, obviously, but what was that like for you?
Well, I'm trying to get in their footsteps too, just like Enrique.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to bring Yuma up as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying, did it add to it the fact that because Kelvin's a partner of YFL, correct? Right. So he's kind of intimately involved.
Yep. No, that could seriously help me when I get that belt, right? Because that belt is nice and shiny, and it could do wonders for me.
Kelvin went all out on that belt.
Yeah.
If you guys have not checked it out, it's amazing.
So he had it designed. Is that what it is?
Yeah, he designed it. I don't know if you saw the colors. He blinged it out.
Oh, okay. So then you said that you want to find the right opponent for this. What's that like, and what goes into that? And what's when you say right, what does that mean?
So we have to make sure that the record is good. We can't just bring anybody and fight Dan. It has to be someone that the fans are going to go out there and say, hey, that fight, that was amazing. We should run it back because it was so good. And then clearly Dan's the winner because he's going to knock him out.
He's going to do it.
Out.
Yeah, he's going to do his own of it. Yeah. You said the first one, your first fight was the chokehold? Is that what you said? Guillotine?
My first fight, yeah.
Yeah, guillotine, maybe you could do, knock him out or get the guillotine, whatever, Yep. So you're about to go, when are you going to Korea? When is this happening?
We'll leave in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks? That's when the fight's happening?
The same day as YFL.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. So, okay, same day as YFL. I'm sure everybody here is going to be cheering you on as well. And so what's the climate like over there? Is it different? Is there something you have to prepare for? Do you know?
Honestly, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to say elevation is the same.
That's what I was saying. Elevation, and you know that kind of plays a role in stuff.
It's in Seoul, so right near the ocean.
Oh, so okay, sea level, so you're good there.
Yeah.
And so, do you know much about your opponent?
I do. I know he's 9-6, so it'll be a solid fight. He's a good opponent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What any specialty of his that he's really known for?
Looks like he's a kickboxer.
Kickboxing.
So, yeah. I mean,
he likes to trade, so it's another war.
It's a war.
No easy fights for these guys.
Yeah. So you're going to go in there. He's a kickboxer. Have you faced many kickboxers before?
Yeah. I faced a couple kickboxers, and obviously their weakness is wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So
then, that's where your specialty comes in. They're not used to being on the floor on their backs, right?
Yeah.
And so, what are you doing? Anything special training right now that you're doing?
Oh yeah. We're training 2 days and trying to get that wrestling stamina up, so I can go all 3 rounds.
Is it different? You said wrestling stamina. Is that is that a different stamina?
It's a completely different stamina. Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit?
Yeah, you don't want to be winded when you're fighting, right?
Well, I know,
so you
but anybody's winded, so you're on the.
You're having that endurance.
I think the pace that a wrestler goes is not seen in most other sports. Like jiu-jitsu, it's a little bit more relaxed, and we've done a test with heart rate monitors. And jiu-jitsu, you're like 100 beats per minute. But if you're wrestling, your heart's at red line the whole time.
Yeah, that's why wrestling is only 2-minute rounds, right? Because it's super intense.
Okay, I'm trying to because you're kind of always locked in or something.
Yeah, exactly. Your muscles are working the entire time.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of you get to dance around a little bit and you're loose and
not run away, but you
dance around and you do that. You're loose, but if you're wrestling, it's constant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you back away in wrestling, you get like a stalling call, right? And so it's just not in my nature to back away and take a rest. So I like to pressure people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So the fight's going to be when and where again, Carlos?
His fight?
Then this one.
He's fighting in Korea, March 14th.
And so can we watch it anywhere?
It should be a time change, right? So we should be fighting a little bit earlier than the YFL. So you can watch
So you can watch both.
Yeah. It might be streaming somewhere.
I believe so. I'm not too sure the details yet, but I'll figure it out, and then I'll tag you on that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'll share it on put it on the WhatsApp.
Because it's awesome that we have local fighters that are moving on to big stages. We have like Richard Mahan that's fighting in April for Phoenix UFL. So there's guys out of Yuma that are fighting at the YFL that are starting to branch out. And if you haven't thought about fighting and you always considered it or thought it, or you should try it out.
Yeah,
at least once.
And you come from a fighting background, obviously, and I think your dad taught maybe karate or some kung fu or something, right?
No, he followed me when I was going through my karate journey, and then he started teaching afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
Yeah, so it went through me, and shout outs to the Porches in Somerton. That was my sensei back in the day. You know,
I know Martin Porches. I'm sure he's part of that family. Yeah, it's not a common name.
The same crew. It gave me an outlet, being a teen, and that's what mixed martial arts does for a lot of kids. It keeps them in line. It gives them activities to do, so they're not out in the street. They're training a sport, and then afterwards they could consider fighting. and travel to Korea like Dan is.
Yeah. So would you say are you retired from professional Carlos, or is that?
I'm just coaching.
You're just coaching right now.
I get beat up so much now.
Hey, if you want to do an exhibition with Johnny, I'm sure
I'll
he could
do one with Johnny.
take him through the paces.
I think we sparred before. We sparred, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
For me,
Sure.
For him, it was great.
Right.
But and the reason I'm asking is because so being a part of this, the YFL Yuma Top Team, how does it feel being a part of? You said Richard, he's going out and fighting. You're seeing Dan go do this. We saw Enrique at Karate Combat. How does that feel for you?
It feels awesome and awesome to be part of the journey, because these guys take me everywhere they're going. I just want to be there and be their biggest cheerleader.
Mm-hmm. And were you there in Florida or Miami?
So I was there in Miami with Enrique,
Miami,
and then I've been to Mexico City with Efren, and I went to we went Portland for your
Oregon,
last fight. Yeah.
Oh, very cool. So definitely probably a sense of pride to be able to do that and see the next generation of fighters coming up.
Yeah, it's great, and then jiu-jitsu's on the rise up too. So jiu-jitsu fighters, they're going out and fighting some other places. So that's always cool to see it at the YFL.
So you said, is it becoming more popular? Is that what you're saying? Jiu-jitsu, like on a bigger stage, or what does that mean?
I think now we're getting high-level experienced jiu-jitsu grapplers that are trying to compete, and we're seeing a better production when it comes down to who we're matching up.
Gotcha.
Now it's guys from Phoenix calling the Yuma guys out, guys from San Diego calling us out, or Hawaii coming down to take Jon out. But Jon's not going to let it happen.
No,
right,
he's not. He's over there grinning right now. He's not going to let it happen. No way.
Well, it's so cool to watch.
So anybody else that we could kind of look out for? Maybe some up and comers you might want to shout out right now that we got to keep an eye on coming from the gym.
Several Jaden Aguilar put on a performance last go around. Richie Molina always puts a performance. Alex Magana is fighting. Alex has a tough fight, but Alex always puts on a show. And then we have other guys like Freddie Castro that's going to do jiu-jitsu, and Freddie always puts on a show. So if you haven't bought tickets, this is going to be an amazing show. You guys should go out there and get some.
Yeah, so tell everybody where they could do that.
YumaFights.com is our main website, and I know that you have a link on your website.
Yep.
On What's Up Yuma.
Yeah, What's Up Yuma is an official sponsor of the fight. So always love doing that. And actually, we got it. We're gonna. I know we're giving away an iPad here pretty soon on the What's Up Yuma. So check that out, and probably it's VIP tickets or some kind of tickets we're going to be giving away.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I set that up with Josh yesterday. So
yeah, and shout outs to Josh and Chance.
Josh and Kelvin. Yeah, they work so hard. You guys work so hard.
Chance right now is the main goat right now. Going
is he
setting up the fight cards and
he's retired from the border patrol, but he has a extremely busy life because he's always training wrestling constantly.
And his kid just won a state.
Oh, did he?
Cannon Ferrari.
He was one of the several state wrestlers that went up to Phoenix.
Shout out to Cannon
representing Yuma County.
Think about the level of wrestling that Yuma has, where they're competing against the best in Phoenix and Tucson, and David Elias brought another state championship. So there's several state champions in Yuma now.
So tell everybody one more time when, where, how to get tickets, and let them know. And it's going to be a great fight. You said it's a stacked card, so shout out to Chance and everybody putting those cards together.
Desert Sun Stadium is the location. Outdoor event. It's going to be awesome because they're getting all kinds of lighting and cameras, and the DJ setup is going to be very nice. YumaFights.com is the website, and for those fighters from anywhere in the world that want to fight, we do take fights from there. YumaFights.com, you log in, and then we start taking your information down.
Awesome. And I forgot to ask. I should have probably asked that before. Weigh-ins. Are we going to do anything for weigh-ins?
Yeah, we do Friday live weigh-ins. People love watching their favorite fighter or someone they know. And we'll probably have a meet and greet. I have not talked to Kelvin, but he always brings someone down.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I texted him yesterday, but I forgot to ask him that. But yeah, usually there's a cool meet and greet, a whole weigh-in thing.
We'll probably be there.
So, yeah, absolutely. We'll be there. And so tell everybody where to find out information. Tell them your Instagram handle, because I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to find out more about
my
the
Instagram handle.
Well, the Yuma Fight League.
Okay, Yuma Fight League is the Instagram and the Facebook.
Okay,
and My handle, I put a lot of random stuff, and you probably don't want to follow it.
No, yours is hilarious. Like I see the open mat, and then you put up some like AI video or something like that, and it's like, what's going on in those open mats?
I'm sure Chance and Josh are going crazy with my AI videos, but it gets some attention.
No, it does. And then the one you did with the heart, that wasn't AI though. That was
real. That was Dan.
That was Dan. That was you and Dan. So if you want to see them doing the heart thing, and follow with Don Flamenco. Don Flamenco.
It's Mike Tyson's Punch Out, the fighter that always gets knocked out.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully none of these guys get knocked out. Thank you guys for being with us. I really appreciate it, and good luck on both of your fights. Both March 14th, right?
Correct.
All right. And with that, we are going to take a break, and we'll be back with the men's baseball team right here at AWC. Jon Wente, the coach, and one of the players. You're going to find out who that is after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here at 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon. High school track and field athletes from Yuma learned tips and secrets from an Olympic gold medalist this past weekend. LaShawn Merritt is a 3-time Olympic gold medalist. He imparted lessons in a sprint master class that took place Saturday at Gila Ridge High School in Yuma.
I feel like I have a heart space and a mission right now to pass it on to the next generation. From the things I learned in the sport to the things I learned in life to any type of gem or pearl I can give them that they could string along.
LaShawn Merritt won gold in the 400 meters and 4x400 relay in the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, China. He won gold again in the 4x400 in 2016 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The session with Merritt in Yuma was organized by Breakthrough Global. Stay tuned to KAWC for more from the sprint class. For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by the 2 Welton locations of High Tanks Brewing Company, its craft brewery and tap room, featuring scratch-made food and handcrafted beers, including Daphne's Date Ale and the Gila Hazy IPA. Also, live music and experiences such as farm tours and glamping are available. More at hightanks.com.
I'm Maria Hinojosa. Next time on Latino USA, we bring you our own State of the Union, what President Trump has achieved and dismantled during his second term in office. And we also look at what's at stake for the next 3 years and the future of our country. That's next time on Latino USA.
Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM.
Got wheels you don't need? KAWC and Border Radio's car donation program takes more than just cars. We might take your trucks, RVs, buses, ATVs, motorcycles, maybe even that Humvee or dusty old tractor. Your donation supports local programming and clears out your garage. So learn more at kawc.org/cars.
Welcome to KAWC's The Hotspot.
I'm Chloe Michael.
And I'm Maya Manry. This week, in honor of Cupid's Day, we explore love in Yuma. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the anti.
From drag to music to burlesque. And I wanted to bring that to Yuma. I thought it'd be something special.
The show is available as a podcast or online at kawc.org under the shows tab.
Bringing the heat to Yuma and La Paz, it's The Hotspot.
I'm Mike Suba, and I'm a big supporter of KAWC. You're getting a great source of information about our community, about the people that are working and living here, and you start going, you know what, this is really a valued service. And that's the great thing, is you've got a partnership here. And I'm a big believer in partnerships because the one thing I realized early on in life, I can maybe do a lot of stuff on a very limited basis, but when I start partnering up, it's amazing what we can do when we pool our resources. And so I hope that when people are listening to the station, enjoying the news broadcasts and the entertainment shows that are being presented, that they realize that you're not only the end user and enjoying what's being broadcast to you, but it can be a partnership too, where you can participate like I've discovered I can do and help get this service, enhance it, and provide even better programming. I'm Mike Suba, and I support KAWC.
This is Border Radio, KOFA, your passport to your global destination for music. We are your local public broadcasting station that can be heard through your radio at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM, on the KOFA app, and at borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here now joined by Jon Wente and Parker Husu. Okay, there we go. I wrote it phonetically, but I wrote it sloppy. But I got it, though. And you're an outfielder for the men's baseball team at AWC, and you're the coach. So I have had you on, Jon, and I think it was early on. 14-1 right now, correct?
Yes, sir. We're off to a great start. Playing well, and we're excited to start conference play this weekend. So
14-1, and Scott was telling me that you're on a 14-game win streak. So does that mean you lost the first game? Help me out, Victor.
Yeah. Yes,
okay,
that's how it works.
I don't know
that's
baseball.
The one in 14-1.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. So you lost the first one.
Yep.
And then after that, just been on fire. Like, explain a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we started the season with pretty good competition. South Mountain started the season. They went to the Division II World Series, and they're one of the better programs in the Phoenix area. And, the first game, they kind of got us early. They already played some games before, so we were kind of a little juiced up, hit into some double plays that, are uncharacteristic of our club right so far. And then from that point on, we went on a nice little streak. We beat the reigning national champions in Salt Lake out in Vegas, had a great tournament in Vegas, and then have come back and just played solid baseball. I mean, the competition hasn't been the greatest, but I think it helped us gain some confidence, kind of learn what we're good at, what we need to be better at, and now real baseball starts with conference play this weekend and the next basically 10 weekends.
Okay, so how long has the season been now?
We're about 25%, 30% done with the season.
30. So how many games is in a season typically?
Yeah, 50-ish.
About 50. Yeah. Okay. And then you said you started off tough competition. The first one didn't go in your favor, but you said you beat somebody that's a former champ or one of the reigning champs or something?
Yeah,
what is
Salt Lake Community College won the national championship in our division last year, and we played them in Vegas, opening night in Vegas. There was a tournament in Vegas, and it was a good game. It was a back-and-forth game, but we kind of settled in a little bit and played well. A lot of it has to do with the guy to my left.
Yeah, so we're going to get to him for sure, but go ahead.
How was the weather? Because we're getting into baseball now. It's spring training, up in the Phoenix area, but, now it's feeling like baseball weather, but it's probably a little colder, like starting in January, right?
Yeah, I mean, I always tell myself never to go to Vegas to start the season because, you're going to get wind and it's usually cold, but this time when we went to Vegas, it was beautiful. It was just like, what we've been practicing, weather-wise here in Yuma. And so the weather, we got a little bit of a break with the weather, and now it's getting warm and it's baseball season.
All right. And so you mentioned the guy sitting next to you, and you're an outfielder, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
And I was reading in the bio, and Victor's going to definitely have to help me a little bit more and look at the notes. But 15 stolen bases, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you think so? That's pretty cool. That's what Scott told me. So you're one of the team leaders as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
And I would say that he encompasses what our program wants to be about: toughness. Every AB, he gives you a tough AB. I know he's not going to, tell you, how good he is because that's just not his style. But
thank God he brought you to do that. And I totally get that. And I'm teasing you a little bit because I don't even like to talk about myself, right? I don't like to do it. But we're on a show, and we got to thank God we have backup, because if you're good, man, that's something you should definitely be proud of, And it sounds like he said right here, your coach is one of the reasons that you guys are 14-0 or 14-1.
And you're from British Columbia, Canada. So tell us how you found out about Yuma, how you got recruited maybe to AWC.
Yeah, so my coach knew a coach, and he played for our former coach, our coach now, Coach Mitchum.
Okay.
And he just got into contact with him, and I just walked on last year to the school and like earned a scholarship this year. And yeah, so it's kind of like all the connections that got me here. And yeah,
so,
I like playing.
And can you get the mic a little bit closer? Sorry.
Yeah, playing in Arizona, it's great. Like compared to Canada, like we can play in Yuma all year.
Yeah.
And starting in BC, we got to start like April. We get outside. So.
The weather.
Because of the snow and it's more hockey weather.
Yeah.
You know? That's why we have Canadians who come here, right? The snowbirds. You know, you're here for baseball, but was it a culture shock, or what was it like, you know, to get down to Yuma and maybe have to, you know, break out or get like new clothes?
It was crazy. Like, yeah, the skill level compared to like in Canada high school baseball and here is like a lot different. So the fall, my last year fall was pretty tough on me.
Yeah.
And yeah, just coming back in the spring, like knowing the level of play was good.
And Johnny and the coach have talked before about how the team is pretty international, right? You have some guys from Yuma, San Luis. You have other guys from, like, you're from Canada, and there's other countries, right? Like France, and I was looking at
a bunch of guys from Europe and South America, and all over.
So obviously you don't know all those languages, but baseball is like your main language. So what's that like? Like, how do you guys communicate, right, on the field to make sure everything goes?
In the fall, like all the guys, you kind of learn like the baseball language. They all know it. So yeah, it's pretty easy.
Very cool.
So have you been playing baseball all your life? Is that something like when you were young, that's what you wanted to do? You said the level of competition is different here. You can't play outside as much. We could do it all year pretty much here. Except sometimes it wants to get down to 40 degrees and then it gets schizophrenic. But anyway, so was that something that you did at a young age?
Yeah, my mom, I wanted to play t-ball, I guess. So she threw me in when I was like 5 years old, and I guess it was too boring for her and my dad to watch, so they didn't really let me play until maybe I was like 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I've been playing ever since.
So you're 8 or 9, you get in there, it's not t-ball anymore. Did you like it? Something you really enjoyed?
Yeah. Like I remember enjoying like baseball practice was kind of like the most fun I had at like going to practices. Like sometimes like soccer practice or lacrosse practice, like I wouldn't really want to go, but baseball I was really into it.
Yeah, so I do got to take another break right now because we went a little long in the other segment. But I want to come back. I want to find the secret to stealing bases, how you got 15 of them, if there's any secret that you have. We're going to do that after a quick break. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Like a minute break.
Caballeros de Yuma presents Midnight at the Oasis, March 6th through the 8th at Desert Sun Stadium. Yuma's signature celebration of classic cars, the event features vintage and custom vehicles, live rock and roll concerts, food vendors, and family activities. Proceeds support local programs and scholarships. More at caballeros.org.
This is folk singer Michael Jonathan. Put your seatbelts on for this one. On Wood Songs this week, boogie woogie piano player from France, Henry Herbert, and from Austin, a wonderful singer-songwriter, Taylor Ray, plus an amazing Wood Songs kid. Tune in right here for this week's broadcast of the Wood Songs Old Time Radio Hour.
This evening at 7 p.m. on KOFA Border Radio 94.7 FM. We expect a sunny day with a high near 88 degrees. Winds are calm and clear tonight with a low around 52. In Kingman, it's sunny with a high near 72 degrees. Calm and clear tonight as well with a low of 51. In Prescott, patchy smoke after 3 p.m. It'll be sunny and windy with a high of 70 degrees. Winds gusting up to 21 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 41. Flagstaff's climbing to 63 degrees with wind gusting up to 25 miles per hour. A low tonight of 33.
The KAWC Student Newsroom is funded by the Local News Initiative at the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona, the Scripps Howard Fund, and by generous local support. Thank you for supporting the next generation of public media. Learn more about the project and hear stories from emerging journalists at kawc.org/studentnewsroom.
I'm Public Radio Runner. Join me for Bonus Smiles, the show sharing the stories and playlists that fuel runners. Why? Because the rando cheering you on at a mile 77 aid station is the same kind of person who supports local public radio. Join us every Saturday at 5 a.m. on KOFA at 94.7 FM for stories that soothe and jams that power long runs.
Turn on Border Radio KOFA 94.7 FM and cross musical borders every day. From new indie discoveries to timeless classics, listener-supported Border Radio brings you music you won't hear anywhere else. Live, local, and online at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. We are here with Jon Wente as well as Parker Husu from the men's baseball team right here at AWC. And so 14-1, you said a little bit you're mentioning about maybe not as stiff a competition lately, but it adds to that confidence. How do you continue on that confidence when you know and you're going to face somebody that's a little bit more difficult or a better team?
Yeah, I mean, our conference is one of the best, I think, in the country. We've had a lot of national championships come out of our conference. So it's a good league. It's a good test. It's going to be a toughness test, which, I think we have shown some toughness, and hopefully we can continue when we face some adversity to kind of get through and just keep fighting and just keep trying to reach the finish line and somehow be one of the top 4 teams in our league. And then once you get into playoffs, it's kind of who gets hot and who plays the right way, and hopefully that we can continue that on.
Okay. So what does the schedule look like coming up?
Yeah, so I mean, basically now every Friday Friday and Saturday will be conference games for the next 10 weeks. So
and what does that mean, conference games, for us laymen?
Yeah, those are the teams that we're competing for playoff spots.
Okay.
So it's Cochise is who we start out with. You've got Eastern Arizona out of Thatcher. You've got Central Arizona out of Coolidge. You got Southern Nevada out of Henderson, and you have Yavapai out of Prescott. So that makes up our 6-team league. And then the top 4 teams in our league play make the playoffs.
So when's the next home game for our listeners who want to go out and support the team?
I think it's not this Friday, but the following Friday.
Okay.
I think. I kind of trying to just go 1 week at a time.
Yeah, one day at a time.
Yeah,
okay.
one day.
That
That old cliche, athletic cliche. You just try to be 1-0 today. But I think it's next weekend.
Okay.
We'll play Friday, Saturday here on campus. 12 o'clock starts, I think. Maybe a 2 o'clock start in there somewhere, but it'll be next week when we're playing at home.
So folks can go to AWC, the AWC Matadors website, and get that schedule and go out and support the team. Because it's baseball weather.
It definitely is. It's supposed to be like 97 on Saturday or something.
That's Yuma weather.
No, I know.
That's Yuma weather.
Yeah, it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But it's supposed
Drink
to
lots of water.
It's going to go down after that. Yeah, it's going to go down after that. But so I did kind of left with stealing bases. Is that how do you do that? Is that like sneaky? You got to be a little sly about it. What's the technique there? What's your secret?
I'm not too fast, so I got to be pretty sneaky around there. And thanks to the coaches, I remember having a meeting with our coach, and it was all about stealing bases, and we were in there for about 45 minutes. So there's a lot to know, and yeah, I picked up a little bit of that.
Oh, so you were really paying attention at that point.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I maybe not the fastest, but I could do that.
Yeah, and it starts with a good lead off. You got to get to like 12, 13 feet off the base.
You got to get 12, but you got to maybe act like nonchalant or something. Like, I'm not going to do anything. Don't worry about me over here. You know,
I got the pitcher.
Yeah. So what are those things that go into stealing a base, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think every pitcher has a tell. Every pitcher, we have stopwatches in the dugout. Our coaching staff is trying to pay attention to their times to the plate. You try to worry about the catcher's time when they throw to second base. And then if you kind of do the math and have an idea of how fast your guy is, you kind of take chances and you try to pick, you can pick counts where guys will throw breaking balls in that count predominantly, and you're just trying to kind of guess with what's going on. But I think everybody's got to tell, and I would say that Coach Mitchum, our offensive guy, has done a great job with helping our guys. We wanted to put pressure on the other team. I think it's important to make them play catch, and our philosophies have kind of meshed together, and Coach Mitchum does a great job of trying to teach our guys, hey, find the tell. These are the things you need to be looking for. If we get those things, let's go.
There he goes. And he goes. He does it.
For sure.
And we're going to be wrapping up right now. So tell everybody once again where to find out more and when that home game is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, Scott Cross, our SID, does a great job of sending out to the Matador Association, but our website, AWC, will have an athletics website with the baseball, and there's a schedule on there, and then there's articles after every game and keeping up with stats and all that kind of good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being with me. I really appreciate it. Good luck on the rest of your season.
Go Matadors.
Go Matadors. You guys crush it.
Thank you.
All right. With that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC, Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. Want to thank Talon Gonzalez, Anthony Ornelas, Juan Garcia, Dave Reek, and Cecilia.
You can find out more about KOFA at borderradioaz.org and on the KOFA app. Stay tuned for KOFA's Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's program, we are going to be joined first by Beverly Cade from the NAACP.
And you can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes anytime at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio.
All right. And with that, we'll be back tomorrow, guys. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. And hopefully the weather isn't too bad today. Don't get too hot. We're still in winter, right?
It doesn't feel like it.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by High Tanks Brewing Company, serving up scratch-made food, craft beers, and experiences at 2 desert locations in Welton. More at hightanks.com.
Thanks for listening to KOFA Yuma, whether it is on the radio at 94.7 FM or 1320 AM, or on your smartphone with the KOFA app, or on your computer at kawc.org. We are glad you have chosen us.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
BBC News with Moira Alderson. G7 leaders, including President Trump, have been reiterating what they say is their unwavering support for Ukraine on the 4th anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion. In their first joint declaration on